Okay, so in the second project, you're going to be asked to focus specifically on social interactions that are taking place in the site. So for the first project, you focus on the physical landscape. This time you're focusing on the social landscape. But instead of focusing on conversation or specific words that are coming out of people's hands, out of people's mouths, I want you to really challenge yourself to read the bodies and create a record of the physical interactions, the social physical interactions that are happening between people. Okay, so here it says, try to focus on the nuances of people's body language. How are people responding to one another? How are they sitting? How are they standing? How are they moving around? How do they respond to different persons in the environment? Do they interact the same way with everyone? If not, what are the different ways? What are the different persons that are present, and how do they interact differently? So here, so I say focus on the following things: movement. Where and how are people moving? Communication. Besides verbal communication, how else are people communicating and signaling information to one another? And finally, persons. As you'll recall, persons are categories of people, so we're not talking about which individuals are there. Is it Johnny or is it Joe? But really, what are the categories of persons that are present in the space? So if it's a coffee shop, it will be customers, it'll be baristas, it'll be parents, maybe children, friends, students. You're going to have to figure out which are the categories of persons that are present in this environment. If it's a church, you'll have adherents or congregants. You'll have people of the cloth, depending on what kind of space it is. So it's priests or pastors. Again, you might have family members. So figure out what are the names that you would use to describe the people. Not who the individuals are, right? But who the persons are, who the categories are. And I want you to really identify the persons in each one of these in your field site. So movement, communication, and persons. Again, like with the first project, detail is of the essence. The more detail you put now, the better you will be situated to do well in the final project. You don't have to do well now, but it will not only hurt you with the current project, it will also reduce your ability to do well in the final project. So everything here is building up to the next thing, and I want to make sure that you give yourself the best opportunity possible to do well, both in this ethnographic project and in the final paper that you're going to be writing.